Good afternoon, all. I'll call the August 4th, 2025 meeting of Greenwood Board of Public Works and Safety to order at 5:30 p.m. A roll call, please, Amanda.
Mr. Rutherford.
Here.
Mr. Hoover.
Here.
Mr. Calvin.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. The minutes of our last session of July 21, 2025 have been distributed to members of the board. Any corrections, additions, or deletions from staff? I know, Paul, you had some.
Yes, on the Greenwood Village South item, it's on page 2 of those minutes. They had not yet provided the guarantees to us prior to that meeting, and we thought that they were going to give us 6 separate guarantees. Well, they just got us the actual performance guarantee. They put all of the improvements on one performance bond. So I would be asking if we, I guess, strike items 1 through 6 under Greenwood Village South and just have item 1. And I guess, should I enter the bond number in the minutes now, Amanda? Okay. It's performance bond SBP 151104 _ 001, and it's for Greenwood Village South. It's a performance guarantee for the dirt work, storm sewer, sanitary sewer, erosion control, street and sidewalk improvements, and signs and monuments. And the dollar amount of $2,396,484.92. And the bond is from the Pennsylvania Insurance Company. I'd ask that you have that answer.
Paul, that's the combination of all.
Yeah, of all 6, it adds up to all those dollar amounts that were in July 21st.
That creates a little bit of an issue if it comes to talking down the road.
Yeah, and maybe we should state in there that there will be no partial releases. We can always tell people we want you to do them separately. Some of them choose to go ahead and do them all together, but we will not do a partial release until all the items are completed.
Unless they want to submit new bonds.
Yeah, but that's still paying for staff, and it shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is there a motion to accept the amendment to the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion on the amendment? All in favor? And is there a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none. Stand approved as amended.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Chief Eisner.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Supervising Greenwood Police Department. We're here to ask for a resolution. I believe you were sent Franklin's resolution. We hired an officer last month that Franklin had hired a few months earlier. They had already ordered a bulletproof vest for him, so they contacted us and offered to sell that vest to us for half the price that they paid for it, and that's a really good deal. So we're asking to be able to do that.
So we've got resolution 25-10 in front of us. Is there any questions for the chief on that?
Move for approval. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Second order of business is asking for the revocation of a peddler's permit. The individual's name, Elton Campbell. Mr. Campbell was involved in an altercation with a resident in the course of peddling his product and resulted in an arrest for disorderly conduct, battery, and resisting law enforcement.
Chief, would you deem this licensee's behavior as something that would constitute a nuisance?
Yes, also because he committed battery on one of the residents, I would say it's also a public safety issue.
The notice, there's a notice of a hearing to revoke peddler's license. So is there anyone here who wish to speak on this matter? Close the hearing. And is there action that the board wishes to take?
I've been for approval to revoke the peddler's license.
Kevin, when you move this, we need a particular finding that they operated as a nuisance to comply with.
So the issue that is before the board is that the business that was being operated by Mr. Campbell has been conducted in a manner so as to constitute a nuisance as defined by our city code. And it's a violation of Greater Municipal Code, section 4-104B5.
That's your motion, right?
Yes.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we're going to hear from Greenwood Property LLC regarding a matter at 1254 Kenwood Drive. Does anyone here wish to address us on this matter? Mr. Lau, is this I'm sorry. Good evening, Mr. Weaver.
Good evening. I'm Larry Weaver, Code Enforcement Officer. I cited 1254 Kenwood Drive. The property appears to be vacant. The notice of correction to mow lawn is still posted on the door. After the 7th day, we mowed the lawn. I then followed up with a notice of continuous mowing, and that is still posted on the door. So at this time, we mowed the grass. I did 2 times, and I've sent it in again today because grass still hasn't been mowed. There is a for sale sign in the lawn, but I've seen no activity at the property.
The local realtor. Yeah, what the picture said, Larry.
And yeah, and I don't know who the local realtor is. I'm sorry.
So the notice, your invoice, clear back in June, it's $237, $235, correct?
Correct.
You probably had some mowing since then?
Yes, we have mowed the property on. We mowed the property on multiple occasions. We mowed it on 6/10 and 6/30. We also, I might add, mowed the lawn in 2024.
That issue's been resolved.
No, they put a lien on it.
There's an existing lien that hasn't been satisfied yet, plus what you're asking for today.
Yes.
Sam, the appropriate way to address this?
No, all you need to do is, well, it's their motion.
Their
and they didn't-
request.
And they didn't defend it. I don't think you need to do anything.
So
We said
direct
paper.
Larry or continue to pursue it. Is there a, at what level do we actually put the lien on? Is it automatic every time we do it?
It's up, yeah. If they don't pay within 30 days.
And is there anyone out here who wishes to address us with respect to 1254 Kenwood Drive? Seeing none, we will dismiss move for dismissal of the waiver request. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Larry, you get a stick or what? Next one, not you.
Yes,
1590 West Smith Valley Road.
yes.
Okay, tell us what we're doing there.
I cited 1590 West Smith Valley Road for high grass and weeds. We also cited this property in the past. Mr. Carter called me afterwards and said that he was not getting sufficient time, and I might add, I staked the property because it is just a field, 2-acre field. And he said that by the time he received the notice of correction in the mail, it was due the next day, which we noted, I believe, was on the 10th of the month. And so he is, Mr. Carter is here. And he's on.
Mr. Carter, or anybody wishing to address this matter? Well, hearing, there's nobody online wishing to address this as well? Well, accept the motion to dismiss the request for a waiver.
I move that we dismiss the request for the waiver of 1590 Smith Valley Road. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Larry, is there another one?
Yeah, popular.
1083 Cherry Tree Lane?
Yes.
Is there anyone here from 1083 Cherry Lane that wishes to address the board?
I think they may be online.
Anyone online to address 1083 Cherry Tree Lane? Is anybody else on?
This particular one said that they would be, or they'd be on Zoom. That's how they'd have to attend. Or like just communicating. So,
Well, you anticipated they were supposed to appear by Zoom, correct? Is that?
yes.
Why don't we defer this? We'll come back later in the meeting and see if they got one.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, Larry. Next, we'll move to Tyra White, 4900 Aqueduct Drive, request waiver of late fees. Is Ms. White here in the building? Or online? Is there a motion to dismiss the request waiver?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we move to 399 North Smart Street. Tim Todd? Okay. Good evening, Mr. Todd.
I'm requesting a waiver of 6 inches for a trailer trailer. I've had that trailer for 3 years at 399 North Smart Street. And it's behind the front line of the house and on a concrete pad, well kept. And evidently the control officer flagged it. He said it measures 32 feet 5 inches. So I'm requesting a 6-inch variance because he said I needed to move it.
Larry, is this in your, John, you did this, okay? Fill out?
So, just so the board knows that I've driven by that trailer numerous times, really didn't give much look at this, well taken care of and all. But we've had, 14 cases in that area since I've been in code on different violations, some of them trailers. And we ultimately, the city did have to do some legal action to take care of one. And I was just told that one day I was up there, I noticed your trailer, and I'm like, well, I pulled the model up and I said, it is oversized. So in the interest of keeping everything the way it needs to be, he was getting the notice.
So our limit is what?
32 feet,
And this is 32 feet,
5 inches.
5 inches. I mean, I'm being an attorney, I'm always one for consistency but I would find it hard pressed to vote. This is-
We're retired now and the storage bill's really low.
Have there been any complaints from the neighbors?
No, this was just, I've been in that area and so many times of different things. That's all. And he is correct, it's on a pad, it is behind the front building line.
So the only technical violation of the ordinance is that
Is the
6
5
inches too
inches.
long.
I move that we grant the request to waiver that requirement and allow the RV to be placed on that property.
Second that. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
John, thank you for doing your job,
Right.
bringing it to our attention.
I thank the board for the waiver. Thank you.
Should have the document to sign as granted.
Yes, I do.
I apologize. Can anybody hear me?
Who are you?
I am Tyra White. I've been on this line since 5:22, and I don't understand why no one can hear me.
Well, we can hear you now. If you'll give us just a minute, we'll go back and address.
Oh, perfect.
that.
Perfect.
I suppose unless there's an objection to that. Okay, Ms. White, thank you for your.
Yes. Thank you.
Tell us what's going on. This is a billing issue that you've got some concerns about?
It's not a billing issue. I got behind on my sanitation bill. The late fee basically equals what my sanitation bill is, or even more at times.
How did it get that?
And I'm sorry, what, sir?
How did it get that way? And you missed some
Because I have tried to make payment arrangements, and I got behind. I was on a payment plan and I got behind. I was supposed to pay it, I believe, on a Friday, and I called first thing Monday morning, and because I lost my stepfather. I know it's only a stepfather, but he's been my stepfather for 35 years. And even though it was only 2 days, they would not accept my payment. And I tried to explain to them that my stepfather passed away. So they won't allow me ever to be on a payment plan again, because I have exceeded 2 times in 25 years the payment plan.
First of all, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Our understanding, Mr. Wright, there's been some payment plans entered into in the past. How many of those, Greg, from your records?
2 in 2022, 2 in 2023. All 4 of them were broken before being fully paid.
I have been on 2 payment plans.
It looks like our record reflects you've been on 4 that have not been satisfied fully. Is that correct, Mr. Wright?
2 in 2022 and 2 in 2023 is the record I have.
And then, since that's the policy is that you can't have more than 4 payment plans, am I correct in that understanding, Greg?
The policy now is that they are allowed up to 3 on the life of an account. If they break the payment plan, they're not allowed to have another one after that. That's the broken.
So that, how much is currentently due?
Currently, there are total late fees on the account of $118.17. And then add up the outstanding bills. There's just over $800 in total bills. Of that, $118 is the fee, late fees.
So a little less than $1,000, 900
Total bills.
some change total. Yeah. Guess I'm somewhat troubled by the number of broken payment plans here. Pleasure of the board, questions?
The late bills were sent to the lien in February, so that's just the bills from March forward.
Everything prior to February was done via the lien process.
Move to deny the request for a waiver.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes to deny the requested waiver of late fees. Do you understand that, Ms. White?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. Thank you.
Okay. Larry, I see you moved back up. Are you, some of your folks come?
No, I
Okay.
just thought I'd get a little closer.
Okay. Most people don't want to do that to us, so. Next on our agenda is Kelsey Canary for Ridgetop Subdivision, E&B paving.
Yes,
Kelsey, are you with us?
yes, can you hear me?
Yes, barely. Tell us what we're doing. I don't have a memo. on this either.
I didn't
Okay.
do one for
Okay.
these.
I'm
This is the
requesting a road closure for a reconstruct on Combs Road. Our goal is to shut down the road and perform pulverization to the existing Combs Road. We'd then fine grade, lime stabilize, and have to sit and cure for 3 days after stabilization. Then we'd proof roll the existing streets as well as the ACL decel lanes to both entrances and have 7 days to place stone fine grade. So I'm requesting roughly 11 days of a closure from August 11th to August 25th for Ridgetop on Combs Road.
Paul?
Yes, it's for the Ridgetop Section 1 subdivision, and they're rebuilding the road across that entire frontage per our standards and details. And it is safer for the workers and the traveling public really to have it closed down. I know the board has allowed this in the past. So engineering supports it. If approved, you might want to, I guess, include the fine if they go beyond those days.
So this is a total road closure.
Right.
Have you reviewed the detour plan? Or detour plan?
I've looked at this one quickly. I see some changes I'd like to see on it, unless you have some comments right now.
No, I just want to make sure.
I
that
think
you
make
look
a
at it.
condition upon coordinating with the
Final
engineering
review.
department. And
Okay.
yeah,
What's our fines again?
Well, we talked about
It's
bumping
raised.
that up.
Yeah, we raised it last time.
500 a day or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has been 500.
We moved that up.
I think we
There's
did.
a specific.
I think we did it, 2,000 maybe.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the request of the road closure, subject to these conditions. One being that the final detour plan be approved by the city engineering department. And then number two, if you go over the days that you have indicated, there would be a $1,000 per day fine.
And the
For
last
each
day is, last day of closure would be August 25th.
Yes.
That's what they're.
You understand that, Kelsey?
Yes.
I'll second that. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Kelsey, we're gonna do the Sagebriar road closing, 5 Points Road.
This request is pretty much to do the same exact thing that we were doing for Ridgetop. This request is going to be in September 3rd, 9/3 to 9/17.
Is there a question for that? Paul, anything okay? I mean,
You
same
see it,
conditions with having approval from the engineering department of the
right?
road
And
closure public.
we might add on both that they definitely need to give proper notice to all the
Schools.
schools, emergency services. and we can coordinate that.
That's part of
Yeah.
getting approval from you.
Right.
Well, I move that we approve the request that be closed no later than September 17th. And it is the $1,000 a day liquidated damages, and it is subject to approval of the engineering department with respect to the other conditions of road closure.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Another road closure request is Ed Sturgard from Duke Energy.
You know,
Ed, are you-
Hello, can you guys hear me?
we can, North Meridian Street. What's going on?
Yeah, we had submitted that original closure to do pole replacements back in, I believe it was last month, June timeframe, that we had the road closed from Kearney to West Wiley Street. We replaced 9 of those poles in that section. And we have 1 pole remaining in that section of road that we have to get out because it's a pretty difficult replacement. So we're requesting to reopen that road or reuse that existing road closure for the date of 8/16, which is a Saturday, to replace that pole. It would just be a 1-day full road closure, again, from Kearney to West Wiley Street.
Paul? These 3 done?
Yeah, so they've got another one they need to still reload or replace too, but I think Ed stated that one, they can do it under traffic with proper flaggers. That's correct.
That is correct. Yes, we have 1 more pole up just north of Kearney, up near I think it's Paz Street. There's a apartment complex area. That pole's far enough off the road that we can use flaggers and may have a temporary lane closure, but no full road closure for that other replacement.
Pleasure of the board.
I'll move for approval. What's the dates of that closure?
August 16th.
August 16th, 1-day closure.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next, we're going to turn to Josh for American Structure Point to talk about Lone Pine Farm, Section 3.
Yes, Josh Krybia with 9025 River Road, Suite 200, Indianapolis, Indiana 46240. Hopefully you all can hear me well.
Dan, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, so we are finally to the 3rd and final section of Lone Pine Farm, Section 3. It abuts Honey Creek Road. As you can see, we're not proposing any sort of vehicular connection there. We do have a couple connections out for pedestrian access, but there is an existing legal drain tile that goes down the west side of Honey Creek Road. We are requesting an encroachment with Johnson County Surveyor's Office to construct the 10-foot asphalt path that's required by planning staff, as well as the road widening for Honey Creek Road. Johnson County has asked that we come to Greenwood, make sure Greenwood understands that we are encroaching on their legal drain, that we are not reducing it, and that you are okay with what we're proposing, their legal drain remaining in place.
Josh, I think what did the county state that if there's any damage done, or if we have to repair any of our items out there, that they want us responsible for repairing everything in the legal drain easement if it's damaged?
Yes, I believe so, which, Paul, to help mitigate that, we are offsetting the legal drain to be 10 feet away from the proposed road edge in what is a green space. So hopefully we can avoid that future issue.
this easement's been here for, I don't know how long, but I'm sure quite a few
Someone-
years. And now the city's asking for additional right of way over the top of that existing liquid drain easement. So their rights, I assume, were there first, and they just want to make sure.
Someone actually mentioned to me throughout the process that this legal drain was installed around Civil War times. I don't know if that's true, but kind of interesting.
Back when Doug Blackner was surveyor.
There you go.
So this is not an open drain, it's a piped legal drain.
Yes.
Right.
And there's no way of abandoning the legal drain because we're in the middle of the drain.
The county does not want it abandoned, correct, Josh?
That's correct, because it still services or supposedly services the property to the north of us. Its functionality, we don't know, but that's where it continues to.
Got a guy in the audience that is. I would move that we approve the request.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
I appreciate everybody's time.
Thank you, Josh.
Until next time.
And now we're gonna talk to Jesse Angel regarding 203 Kinnick Drive.
Yeah, I have some pictures. Separate phone drive.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephen? Can you assist him in the?
I'm gonna switch. See if they come up. Okay. Is that storage? Yeah. Storage. Okay. All right.
It's about.
Okay. Yeah, we'll this one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just go ahead, introduce yourself.
Good morning, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Actually, I'm not used to this kind of stuff, but apparently I had to come down here. Basically, the problem we were having for the past 6-7 months, there's a lot of standing water, and not only in my backyard is the most, and my neighbor's backyard. It wasn't like this for the past couple of years since we bought the property new. What happened was a new community was built behind our community, and the water overflowing from their pond to our pond, and there's like an 8-inch pipe which is not doing the job anymore, and it's overflowing, and there's literally swamp in our backyard. At first I tried to ignore it, but it's been bothering my parents and their health because when it rains and the water gets stuck, it's stuck there for weeks and even months. And there's swamps, there's dead fish in there that was dead, there were leeches, there were mosquitoes, and honestly, no one was helping me. First, I contacted the HOA first because one time I got my driveway extended, I went to them for permission, and I assumed I had to go to the HOA, and then I went to the HOA, which they led me to the city, and then I contacted the city, and then they made me talk to the stormwater because this was a stormwater issue, and the stormwater issue sent out an engineer to check it out, and they were just telling me, we can't really do much about it, and they told me to go back to the HOA. Now, I was just thinking that the HOA is gonna do everything then, right? So then I put in a request with the HOA, they approved my plan, and they actually loved my plan because what we did was basically installed 2 80-foot pipes, and we layered it out, we balanced the whole backyard with soil on top, and now the water's flowing perfectly through the pipes, is doing what it's supposed to do. I told the engineer, the city, that what I did was actually good for the community. I did nothing wrong. They were just saying this is our property, but I requested them to actually do something about it because my parents been getting more sick because of the standing water. It's like a slum in the backyard. We used to have kids playing, my nieces and nephews, and now they don't come there anymore. Even my neighbors have like swings in the backyard, but their kids don't play because the water just stands there for so long. And the only thing the city tells me is that it's doing what it's supposed to do. But I tell them, I reply to them, I'm like, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do anymore, right? And sometimes, human beings, we make mistakes. We're not even making mistakes. We need to further investigate. Problems can come out in the future, and we need to do something about it. And they weren't doing anything about it. And I didn't intentionally go against the rules, nor did I want to. Everyone just led me back to the HOA, and I just assumed what I was doing was good. And I put in the pipes and everything. And the only thing now is that the water that was standing on our backyard is just going through the pipes. And if it stands, it'll stand in the pipes, and there's no more swamp anymore. So I came to request because they want me to pull out the pipes. But even if we do pull out the pipes, I want them to fix the issue. And no one's really trying to help us fix the issue. I personally didn't want to go spend $7,000 out of my pocket for something that I didn't need to do. But I was looking out for my parents, and I got those pipes installed, and they're doing the job. They're perfectly fine, and the HOA, their engineers came too, and they said they love what we did. And I don't really see the issue of them just staying there. I mean, if there is an issue in the future, I can take out the pipes if it's causing a problem. But since we have the pipes in, there's been better water flow. The water has not been coming up even a lot in my neighbor's backyard. So I'm just hoping that you guys can, whoever's in charge to make a decision, just help me out and make a moral decision, because we're just regular people just trying to live our life. I'm always outside, but my parents just have the backyard for they're retired. And all they do is stay in the backyard. And the last thing I want them to stay is there's a dead swamp and fishes and this very nasty green slump that builds up in there. Mosquitoes and everything, bites. It's just so much.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you tell.
Yes, sir. Actually, my name is not high, but still I'm gonna speak a little bit because I know I have health issues. And that I can't stand for 5 minutes outside. When I sit outside, I have the cloth in my hand because a lot of mosquitoes there. And when the mosquito is biting me, then my leg, my arm, they go red right. And they never go for 1 week or what. And we solve the problem. We spend money from our pocket, but I think I did very good job. But now the city said take it out of your pipe. If we're gonna take it out our pipe, it's no problem. But we're gonna solve the problem. Water stopping there again. So that's I have a request to you. So you're gonna be solve our problem. Yeah, too much, too much. Then when the fishes come, they die fishes. They have too much mosquitoes. That look very mess. Then when the rain is no problem, but when water is stopped there for 2-3 weeks, you know that what happened there.
Right.
So we can't sit on the back. I have a beautiful yard. We can take the fresh wind, the outside, beautiful weather, but I can't sit outside because too much mosquitoes. And we solve our problem. So now we say, take it out of the pipe. So our request, if you're gonna solve the problems, my son is gonna explain to you. Thank you.
Hi, yeah, my name is Dave Pellegrini. I am the president of the HOA board in our beautiful community of Rock Lane Ridge. And we're really proud of our community. We think we have a very beautiful place, and our goal is to keep it that way and to help our neighbors as best we can. Anyway, yeah, this is totally supported by the board. That's me, Dave Pellegrini. We have Greg Rounds, Tom Hayes, Kimberly Crawford, Terry Kinney, and they're all board members, and they all support my efforts here tonight. We pride ourselves again in a beautiful neighborhood, and we want to thank you for letting us come and speak to you tonight. This is our first time doing that. I'm just a retired guy from the from the military and from the VA, and living here in beautiful Greenwood. And so we really love this. And again, I'm not an engineer or anything like that. I'm just a homeowner there. I'm just one of the crew, but I'm on the board and the president. So anyway, over the last 8 months, these homeowners have experienced a river of standing water, of smells, green algae, mosquitoes, leeches, dead fish in their backyards. And this is really horrible. And then we just want to fix this. We feel this is not only a drainage issue, but a health issue. And the newly built neighborhood behind us has a retention pond that when it flows into our retention pond, let's see if I can do the pictures here. See, yeah, just kind of slide them over until you see the retention pond, the big pond. Keep going. Yeah, it's a big lake. Yeah, okay, yes. Okay, yeah, that one. Yeah, this is the brand new neighborhood that they just built, and that's their retention pond. Now, all the water, this is very recent, all the water from that pond flows into that little thing, and it flows over to our pond. Oh, what the hell is it? And it flows over to our pond, and then it flows into another outlet, which goes behind underground of 3 or 4 houses, and then it comes out in their backyard, 215 Kennick, right here. You see this little playground? Well, they got grandkids that can't play out there because there's usually a big swamp out there, and there's still a swamp. You go out there today, and you will go behind 215 Kennick's, and his house is next door behind those trees. And you will experience wonderful smell out there, and it's like a swamp out there, and there is an 8-inch pipe that cannot handle all the overflow, and that is the plan that they said works great. I guess when it's not raining, it works great. And the other, and that's ours, and that's where it drains down across the way. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, then it flows right into these wonderful outlets that come in the back of 215, and these are set up for major floods, I think. So anyway, they flow in the back, and these people have all this green for 4 or 5 months straight, all last winter. And they had all this green algae there and all these other terrible things that they had to deal with. And you can see the flood. This is actually recent. This is just from the last rainstorm. So anyway, so the water, carries the water underground behind the 3 houses, and then it comes rushing into their backyard at 215 Kennick. Some flows into 8-inch farmer's pond. Now, where's the water supposed to go? It's supposed to go to the field that's behind us. We're actually, 5 Points Road is right behind us. So they have a little woods area, and the water's supposed to turn left and go into that field. Instead, it goes straight into that 8-inch pipe that can't handle it, and then it flows into all the backyards of 4 or 5 houses, and it creates these incredible water problems that we have. Let's see. So anyway, that's and then the compounded problem was that the city, I don't know, out in the field of 5 Points Road, there was a problem with a pipe from the gas company. They had a leak there, something happened, and then they actually cut off our drainage out in that field, and that actually helped to improve. I mean,
who cut off the drainage? The gas company?
The gas company and the city. You know, we had big piles of dirt out there, it was blocking all the water, and then we had backups here, and for 4 or 5 months, they could not get any relief. And so this guy here, he just was doing what he thought he had to do. Honestly, as the board members, we didn't completely understand the seriousness of this problem. You know, we just didn't understand it, but they lived through it, and they got pictures and videos of it and dead fish. And the 2 people from 215 were planning on being here as well, because they got 2 elderly people that like to go out in the backyard and they can't. So mom and dad are living in the house, and the other couple is working, and they can't go out in their backyard. And all we need is a simple solution to reroute the water so it doesn't go in the backyards, and that will solve the problem.
Where to start? Paul? Chris?
As far as, this is the first that I've heard about the pond in the reserve. or the retreat just north of them being a part of this problem. This is the first I've heard of that. I just know that on July 3rd, I believe it was stormwater happened to be out there, I think looking at the pond in this area. And then they happened to notice that there was work going on south on their property. And then the engineering division was called out there to look at that time, and the pipes were being installed, the fill dirt was being installed, and it was mentioned to the homeowners to stop because you're not allowed to do that per the covenant that's on the plat. You're not to alter anything unless you have approval from the Board of Public Works and Safety. And in this case, definitely would require design plans and drawings to show that what they're doing is not going to hinder anything in the future. The part about the gas company, that was the gas company, it was not the city. As far as if a field tile was cut, I have no knowledge of that. I've not heard of that. I don't know if that's part of the problem.
Yeah, that actually was part of the problem. That field tile, which is not the city-owned tile, it just goes through that field, and that's that 8-inch that you showed pictures of, was cut by the gas company down by 5 points.
5 points, I guess. Yeah.
So the right-of-way inspector contacted the gas company, and it took quite a while for them to fix it, but it's finally repaired. So that all that area is supposed to come out of those two large pipes and then go overland through a grass swale that you can see there on the picture. But the low flow really tends to be that field tile. So it's working as designed. It's just a poor design. And some of that area in the easement was designed to hold water for a certain period of time, from what we understand.
So this doesn't flow to the north, to the pond to the north?
No, it's flowing to the south, and as they stated, it flows to the south behind their homes, and then it's supposed to go off to the east. That's where the existing drainage basin was before this was developed, and so that's where the water has been designed to go after development also. But no, it doesn't go. They're saying that the retreat that's north of them drains to their pond, and then their pond drains to the south behind these homes. Then it goes off to the.
Then it goes to the east.
Yes.
So what impact has that? You buried a 12-inch pipe?
2 12-inch.
Two
Yeah, he put in
12-inch
two 12-inch pipes. He got them from,
Who's the plumbing company? It's the same pipes that are used by the city for water flow and everything.
high quality pipes, high quality job.
That's, yeah, concrete.
Okay.
And this is fed by two 20-inch pipes?
2 30-inch pipes.
Two 30-inch pipes.
No,
So, do I understand that his solution is working for him?
Well, it may be working for him, but we don't know what may happen in these major events that we can have and how it could back up onto properties north of them or flow over the pipes that they put in. Problems even further downstream. So no, I'm not going to say it's working and it's a solution, no, because there's been no design done. There's been no drainage calculations provided to us to modify that swale to become an enclosed system. Yeah. So engineering is not going to approve anything without seeing those type of items. I mean, we can't.
you know, I get a few suggestions for possible solutions. Again, I'm not an engineer, so you can, one is, you could just make a left turn with the water and route it right through to the swale that's in that field. That's where it all goes. Find a way either to pipe it or even, I don't know, put in a cement, gully or something and just pipe it all that way. Or you could put pipes under all their lawns and route it to our next pond over, or you can route it through their houses and turn left and put it back out in the field. So, you know, we just want to see the water rerouted so it's not in these people's backyards, because this makes for a misery place to live. And I don't think our neighbors should be living in misery.
Well, I would agree with that, but everything needs to be engineered correctly. So we can't just go out and change items one parcel at a time. Really, the solution, if there is a solution, would need to be designed properly from a civil engineer. So a civil engineering firm, either the one that designed the subdivision originally or a different one, can go in and tell us exactly what those calculations are. The problem with putting pipe in, 1 pipe, 2 pipes, 3 pipes, whatever, you don't know if that can handle the water volumes that are coming during a flood event. That's what we need to be aware of. We can't back water up onto your neighbors, for example, if your pipes don't handle the water. I understand what you're saying, that it's a very bad situation out there. You have stagnant water and there's a health issue. I can see that from the pictures, and I agree with you on that. However, to solve it properly, in my opinion, an engineer would need to be retained by the HOA to look at this situation, design the fix, and then it's submitted to the city. Because the drainage in a subdivision is private. That is not city property.
Well, according to the city, any 12-inch pipes are city property. And he put 12-inch pipes back there. And I guess the 8-inch pipes we're responsible for, so I don't understand this. I mean, like I said, this isn't my thing, but I agree in the sense that we do need someone to come out and look at it. I personally don't think it's gonna be that difficult to solve. You know, it's just, because right now it's just a mess. So going from a mess to just another pipe or two, getting the water out from behind their houses is a pretty good solution in my book. Now, he's willing to take his pipes out if they reroute the water. He'll take them out tomorrow. Okay.
I just want to say one thing. I have a pretty much a couple of years in construction background. I came from New York City, so I've done a lot of work in plumbing and everything. What we're doing is not really rocket science. The only thing, the water problem is not going to stop unless the city does something to reroute the water. The only thing my pipes are doing right now is not stop. Is the only way, instead of the water being stopped on our backyard, it's just going to stop and flow through the pipes. If they're just flowing through the pipe, the problem is not going to be fixed until the city actually does something to reroute the whole water, helping all of my neighbors. Because what I did right now was just basically helping us from stopping the thing. All we did was we layered out the backyard, we put more soil, and the pipes, the water that was flowing through the well, where the one that was designed, it's just literally just going through the pipes. The water is already backed up. I don't know what they mean by it's gonna back up more. The water's already backed up. It's gonna stay like that. The only thing is that we don't have that swamp anymore, and that's the problem we wanted to fix. I would request it, right? Since the pipes are already in there and everything, if you guys can send out an engineer, and because I requested the city too. They were just telling me to take out the pipes, and I requested them. I'm like, hey, you guys said I need approval. I'm like, I get it. It was a misunderstanding because everywhere I was going was pointing back to the HOA. Go to the HOA. Go to the HOA. Even the stormwater guy came, go to the HOA. So I just assumed that to go to the HOA. I didn't do it intentionally, right? But I would request that an engineer can come at least look at the job, because they didn't even look at it. They just want the pipes out because they said that's their property, but they're not trying to understand that what I did actually fixed the problem. So if without moving the pipes, at least we get an extension for an engineer to come out and look at it and actually see, okay, because it's a very professional job. We don't have so many pictures here, just one just seeing the pipe. So we did a very good at leveling it and making sure, and the water's flowing perfectly through the pipes. We got a couple of rainfalls in the past thing. So if I can request if they can at least extend it from taking out the pipes to come and at least check out to see what we did and maybe take into consideration But like I said, if it does give a problem in the future, I'll take out the pipes. If it's water overflowing, I'll take out the pipe right away.
Well, I appreciate your self-help that you've done, because you solved your immediate problem right there, at least for time being. But for the long term, for the whole neighborhood and for your neighbors and for yourself, I think we all agree that what we need is professional engineering to do this, and get some calculations based upon, you know, 100-year flood, all those kind of things that they talk about. Get those calculations to our engineering department to review it, and so that we can look at that. And it may be that what you've done is good for your certain area, but there may be some, maybe not. We don't know. And I don't think, at least I'm not of the mind that we're going to say, okay, go out there and tear out those pipes because you put them in without our permission right now. But this is something that we can't let drag on for several months. So this is something that needs to be, in my opinion, acted upon fairly quickly, because we never know what tomorrow's going to bring with respect to the storm situation.
So as far as funding this, you know, I don't see, I mean, we are willing to discuss this with the board about what we can do, but the city is the one who approved this plan. This was their plan to run water through the backyards of these people. And all we're saying is that was your plan, that I think you guys should help us to reroute this water. We're probably willing to come in and help some, but we can't do the whole thing. It depends on the cost. And, you know, and I just think it's just the right thing to do.
How many homeowners are in your subdivision?
We have about 400. I think, yeah, we have 200 houses, 200, and then 200 patio homes.
Well, I'm not sure if this is a capital expenditure that your homeowners association should be sharing with all of your 400 homeowners. And I think I don't have an idea in my mind how much this engineering study would cost.
I mean, there are companies that we have that we work with, you know, in our management company has a company that does this all the time. And we could easily get them out to give us a quote on fixing this problem and bring it to you guys to look at.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't know who these engineers are.
Yeah, I don't either, but I mean, if they.
We'll be glad to give you the information. You can approve it. You know, we'll give you 2 in advance and say we have ABC company that has done this. They can give their credentials and you guys can either approve it or disapprove it. And they will gladly come out and give us a quote for rerouting the water wherever you want it.
Well, and I think we need to be clear. I'm not an engineer either. I'm not sure whether rerouting the water is the answer. It may be something that's been happening with the way the homeowners have clogged up the swale, so it's not draining right.
No, we cleaned everything. We cleaned the swales. We did everything we could. And everything is in pretty good condition right now. And there still is, this last rainstorm, we had tremendous floods all the way down, even through his pipes, all the way down through five houses. And that one pipe is broken, that 8-inch pipe. It's on the other side of some kind of barrier. And yeah, that's the pipe right there. I mean, and it just can't handle the water, guys.
And I'm sympathetic to your situation, but we got to do, I think we have to figure out a way to fix this long-term. And I don't think anybody here is going to say right now.
Okay, well, no, I'm just offering these as solutions. Right. Again, I'm just a homeowner. I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid to do this, but I care about our neighborhood. I care about our neighbors, and I don't want them living in misery. So let's get them out of misery. Let's work together, figure out a plan, and make it happen.
Because we moved table this and look into it.
But I think there ought to be some
Get our
direction
engineer.
of what we're
Yeah,
gonna do,
our
who's gonna
engineers
exchange
here.
information. They can give information to you. Is that an appropriate way to identify some people? And then we'll have another meeting. Maybe if you can do that pretty promptly, we'll have another meeting in 2 weeks. At least maybe that'll give Mr. Peony an opportunity in his department, in connection with maybe with Chris, that we can at least get some names, so we can talk about and keep this moving.
Yes, sir.
Does that sound like a fair plan to everybody? Then we table this pending you guys doing, getting that information, and we will continue to talk about it. Yeah, and some young lady back there is,
I'm also on the HOA board with David. I want to be clear that as the HOA board, we're not committing to go out and get a quote or pay the quote for, or pay for the engineering study. What I think David's trying to say is maybe we have named people who provide a quote for an engineering study, because any capital improvement project within the homeowners association will require 2/3 of a vote of those 400 homeowners
That's right.
before we could act or do.
and I understand that you guys are in a very thankless position doing what you do for your homeowners, and I appreciate that. And just as your HOA understands that you're not committing at this stage to pay for this, the city is not committing to pay for this either. So that's something that will have to be worked out once we know what kind of a issue this is. Okay, so David, I'm gonna put this on you to make certain that you get the information to Mr. Peony.
Yes, sir.
And he can give you, or a clerk can give you the information how to do that. And then hopefully we'll be able to address this at our next meeting, which will be the
18th. August
18th, yes, that's 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, ma'am, what was your name for the
Kim
record?
Crawford.
Kim Crawford, thank you.
I would like to thank the board, but in the meantime, I just want to say, guys, you guys don't need to worry about the water backing up and everything, because this is an 8-inch pipe, and just to be on the safe side, you got to take in consideration, we put in 2 12-inch pipes. That's 24 inches. So it's not gonna back up in the meantime until we figure out the situation. But overall, thank you guys, I appreciate you taking into consideration.
And thank you for your presentation. We appreciate you did it the way you did it. So is that a motion to table that with those conditions?
Yes. I move to table.
And I will second that. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone else in the audience wish to address the board, either here in the room or online? Hearing none, we'll move on to Mr. Hodson.
I'd like to start with a walk-on, please.
Yes.
It's for a contract to replace the city's workstations with Hewlett Packard Integrated Financial Services. This is a 3-year capital lease. The total amount is $40,695.85. Workstations. Computers.
How many of them, Sandy, roughly? That's a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Okay. I'll move for approval of that. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Next up is another contract with Autos Parking Services. They are rehabbing trails on Worstville Road, and this contract's for $8,550. And it's funded by a GO bond that's already been issued.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And my last item is we needed to get an easement from Indiana American Water for utilities to service our new Fire Station 95 work site. The mayor's already signed it, so this would be a request to ratify his approval that it was holding up construction of the facility.
Move for approval.
Second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Paul?
Yeah, the first item, there's 4 encroachment requests here for fences. One is for a basketball goal post. All within different easements around their properties. Engineering is recommending approval of all of them with more or less our standard conditions. The memos have been sent to the property owners. I don't know if any of them are online, but.
I'm here.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also online.
Okay, let's talk to you. What's your name?
Joe, Mondell,
And what's your property, Jim?
wanna up right now, 1416 Little Rodeo.
Okay. You're a fence issue, Scottsdale, correct?
Yes.
And online, who we have online?
Uh, as well for 1231 Windward Court. This is Amol Bedarkar for 1141 Lazio Court.
Oh, I see.
And engineers approved all these are on the docket.
Yes.
You don't have any problem with we approve your request, do we?
I move that we approve all the requests as submitted.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Last item I have is just authorizing the mayor, deputy mayor to sign the sanitary sewer service special agreement for Kelmwood Estates 2, and it's in the proper form.
I move that we approve the request.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Greg, do you have anything else?
Nothing for me.
We had skipped an item earlier on the agenda.
Come back on.
Just want to make certain that we're all okay with Bowwant City, 1083 Cherry Tree Lane. There'd been a requested waiver. Nobody here in the room or online to address this? I'll move that we dismiss the requested waiver.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Mr. Rutherford, that moves us to you.
I would move for approval of the claims as presented.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. We'll stand adjourned at 6:37 PM.